Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Mad Hatter Radio. Reporting live from No Man's Land. This go around, I want to talk about Mollie Tibbets. If you guys are not very aware of who she is or who she was a young white woman, 20 years old, who was going to the University of Iowa in the United States. And unfortunately, her body was found because she was missing for a long time. Her body was found. She was found to be stabbed, or as the officials have said, sharp force injuries led to her unfortunate passing. And she has been linked, or the killing has been linked to a suspect who is an undocumented Mexican immigrant. So you can see there's a lot of things going on right there. I want to talk about this. Before I talk about this, though, I do want to say a rest in peace to Miss Mollie Tibbet's very unfortunate circumstances, and I do give my condolences to her family and those affected and those who knew her, those that she left behind. But I do have some questions overall about where we put our values in this country, in this Western way of thinking. One of the questions I have, why do missing white girls get so much attention? I mean, first off, without being disrespectful, man, like when you think about like white girls, Mollie is like the top of the white girl names that comes to mind. You can't get no whiter than that. And it just kind of goes to support my point on why we give so much attention to white women. Not saying that she doesn't deserve attention, but saying that, hey, why don't other people deserve that attention? There's a lot of different reasons why I think. I think that overall, as a culture, as a country, yes, there's more white people in Western society. I think there's more white people in America, so they're going to care more about people who look like them. But at the same time, they seem to really care about, when it comes to fashion, entertainment, in the media, people of color. But when we get killed, doesn't matter. But when white people get killed, it's a big deal. Even for us, even for people of color, it's a big deal. So that's definitely something that we have to start looking into. And for a population who really is supposed to hate women, for some reason, we really do care about women, especially white women. I was reading this article from the USA Today, and I'll link it in the description of this video. And there's, plenty of people who go missing who are men, who are people of color, and not nearly the same media coverage. Not nearly the same. Obviously, with this person being allegedly killed by an undocumented Mexican immigrant, that definitely changes things, again, with the political atmosphere that we have now with immigrants and how we feel about immigrants. But still, why do we care so much about white women? And for people who are so disconnected from caring about anybody else outside of ourselves, even barely caring about ourselves, why do we care about somebody else? Even if it is a white woman, why do we care about somebody else? This is one of the few things that I find that we actually give a shit about in this culture. And of course, as I alluded to earlier, Trump and the GOP are using this. They want to use this as a political campaign strategy, which a lot of people think that is distasteful. All of the family's not on board, even though some of the family that was interviewed wasn't immediate family. It was an aunt and a distant cousin, but they said that they were not on board with using this for political gain. Also, we have to look at the fact that this guy has not been convicted yet. They want to use it for political gain because it's a Mexican immigrant who did the killing, allegedly, but the man has not been convicted yet. And then if we really want to paint the brush that all Mexicans or undocumented Mexicans are like this, I mean, let's look at the stats of all the undocumented Mexicans that have not committed crimes or have not committed heinous crimes like this. And if they have, if it really is a problem, what laws are we going to pass? What are we going to do about it besides building a wall that can easily be dug under? And not just that, but more Mexicans are leaving now more than ever. So something to really think about. And how many people of color die at the hands of white people in California? Not just white people, but white people who are connected to white nationalists and white supremacists. Just recently in California, you have Nia Wilson, Frederick Taft, and Ray Hyde were all killed by somebody who was linked to a white supremacist group or a white nationalist group. And no coverage. No coverage. So this is, I basically say all that to say there's a reason why the Trump administration and the GOP want to focus on this, because they know it's going to sell. They know it's going to pull on your heartstrings, right? So what's all this mean? Basically what this means, in one of the articles, another one of the articles I was looking at, they were interviewing different experts, and they were saying some really interesting things about the reason. It's not just any woman too, or any white woman. It's a specific type of white woman that we seem to care about in these missing cases. It's a white liberal girl or woman who's at a college, which tends to be someone who leans left, who's a liberal woman. And there's also an aspect of vulnerability and femininity that we have to protect. So do we think that liberal women or liberal white women or just white women period are more feminine and vulnerable, so they need protection? I think they're the ones who need the least amount of protecting, but that apparently is written into our psyche. It brings out this sort of protection instinct among us. And at the end of the day, this just goes to show where the power lies. The power lies in white women and feminine whiteness. I mean, white guys die over white women. They make fun of like black guys who like date fat white women, which a lot of us do. It's unfortunate that happens, but come on, man, there are white guys who are willing to die over their white women. And not just that, there are women of color who are taking on the fight that white women should be having for feminism. Feminism, in my opinion, modern day feminism is really a fight between white women and white men. It's what she's owed. She feels that she's owed by her man. But now she's bringing in black women and using black women for her cause and to fight against the cause of black people overall and black men. So a lot of us are falling victim to white women, and it's just like, yo, can we chill? But I'm not here to say that we shouldn't care about Mollie Tibbets or we shouldn't care about white women or white people or anybody. I'm here to say I wish that we could give the same amount of attention to everybody, but I know that's not going to happen. But I just really am doing this video because I really want to look at why we are so focused on these cases with all the information out there, and we're still focused on missing white women, pretty missing white women. So I want to leave that there. I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think? Why are we so focused on white women when it comes to missing people? What does that mean to you as a culture for us? And if you like this video, please give it a like. Thank you for hanging in there and giving this a listen. I really do appreciate that. If you would like to subscribe and see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I post more videos like this, or when I post any video, hit that notifications button and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new episode. So thank you guys for listening. And as always, stay woke.